Hello guys, good morning. It is early morning right now, and I was just gonna do a little quick video here on envelopes because I need to make a ton of envelopes, and I have an appointment in just a little bit, but I have a little bit of time to kill. Let me just adjust you slightly. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna make envelopes today, and we're gonna make it really easy. You can use any paper you have, depending on what outcome you come, but I'm gonna show you the technique. And you can do it on anything. And you need, apart from paper, you need either like scissor or a ruler and a knife. You can use that, or you can rip it, you can measure. You can be very proper and just measure everything. I don't measure. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't, and I'm going to show you all the tricks and techniques as far as time goes. And then you're gonna need some type of glue, something. Where is my proper glue bottle? There it is. And or you can use washi tape or regular tape or anything, just something to stick it together. But then again, you don't have to because there are a few different ways you can do this, and you can stop at different levels depending on what you want to do. So from these you can see kind of the base. This is just half a cup printer paper. I just took the printer paper. Oops, sorry. I changed your spot, and now I'm worried that I'm gonna slap into you constantly. I'm sorry. So I just took a printer paper, folded it in half, and then I cut along the fold. So I have two papers. You can use the full one if you need to, but for me, I feel this is enough. The first thing you do, you fold it, not a third, but above it. So you have what's left is what you want for the lid of your envelope, okay? The length you want for the tip top. And you can leave it at this. At this point, you can just put a sticker on there and it's done, or you can put some type of closure and you can put it in your junk journal and it's done. You can decorate the inside, you can write a letter, you can, all of those fun things. And if you don't want to leave it at that, if you want to take it one step further, you fold in the sides like that. Well, that doesn't look good. No, I know, but these are just to get you some lines to cut along. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Let me move these guys out of the way. So now I have all these folded lines. I think you can see them. So what you want to do is, let me grab a pen so I can show you what I mean. Little paper stuff coming flying. Okay, so this is the folded up part. So you cut away this, and you cut away this, and then on this part here, you cut that way and this goes, and you cut that way and this goes, and you do the same here. And I mean, you can measure this so you get the proper distance. I don't. I just cut. And then on the top, you can do two things. This part you cut away, or you can do a step 3 that I prefer to do, and that is, you see that crossing there, and you see that fold there. So I fold this in, you see that, and this fold, and I put it slightly above it, just slightly above it, and I do an extra fold there. And again, you can measure if you want to. I'm just not a measurer. I prefer to eyeball stuff, and usually turn up very wonky. And if you do this third step, then you remove this too. So now you're starting to see the shape, huh? Okay, so at this point you can either cut it, rip it. If you do the side corner, they're pretty easy to just rip. If you do the foldy thingy. There we go. Already it's looking more like an envelope, right? There we go. But this is kind of harder to do with ripping, so grab my scissors and do. Now you can do this part just like this, and then rip or cut the rest with the ruler like that. The good part about this is that it gives it a nice, I didn't go, yeah I did. Gives it that little scruffy edge. Okay. Ah, I can't find the fold now. I have one of the lights pointing, so it actually blinds me a bit. It's slowly getting light outside, but it's not really. So at this point, you basically have an envelope. But I'm going to take it a step further. This part here is kind of boring, isn't it? So I'm going to grab that. You can use a bigger one, but this one was near to me, so I'm using that one. Simple is best. So to find the center, I do that. I don't smush, I just do a quick little doot at the top, so I get that. Because I'm gonna punch it away anyway, so it doesn't matter if I have a little thing. But that way I have some sort of a center. And I give it that. And I can also give it little roundy corners if I want to. And there we go. There we go. And I have the envelope. And of course, at this point, what I do is misplace my glue there. Okay, I haven't used it yet today, so I get the rust. Do you see the rust in the glue there? Almost looks like a booger. I don't know why, but all my needles are rusting. The ones that came with, 2 of them have already died. They rusted so badly. Why do I put glue on this? It's because I don't want the glue too close to this edge. Because then when I smush it together, that glue wants to seep onto this and the envelope gets stuck. So I don't want it all the way to the edge. But however, I want this to the edge. So I'm putting just a little bit of string here. There we go. And I'm putting some more glue here. And I mean, these are envelopes. They're not gonna be like massively. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do as I say, not as I. Well, don't do as I say either, because I speak nonsense at times. There we go. And we have a little envelope. And I put glue on top somehow. I managed to do that. Okay. So there we have the little envelope. And now you can decorate it any way you want. However, a few things. If you want to ink the edges, do that before you glue it together. That was easy enough. But honey, what if we do it this way? What if we do it that way? Yes. Let's do it this way and that way, and let's grab this. So, if I put the paper, if you have something with print on it, decide which way you want the text to be up. If I put it like this, the foldy uppy part, this part, will be upside down. And that means that the lid, this part, will also be upside down. So turn it around if you have something with text. Unless what you want is the text the right way up on this side. Okay, so text upside down. I prefer it this way. Because I usually have, if I put it in the journal, I usually have it this way in the pockets or something. So I don't really care about this side. And also this side is what I usually decorate the most. If I glue it into a journal, I usually glue that side down. And I can skip that side fold thing. We can do that too. Yeah, I didn't do that. Let's grab this one and don't do, this one has side folds, but ignore them. So if you just want something that you can fold up, but you still want that, so you simply just do this fold. You don't do that fold at the edge. You just do fold up, fold in. This is turning out to be a hot mess. I'm not folding it correctly. And you just, rip off this part. If you want the pointy part. Pointy part. Yes. There we go. So then I would glue here in my journal. I would put some type of closure here. and you open it up and you can have decorations, or you can write the writing space or something like that. But you can also glue just an envelope like that and have it like a pocket, a little tuck spot, a pocket, something like that. Or you can just put it in a pocket or in a belly band or something. Anyway, let's go back to France and China. Okay. Actually, I want it that. No, yes, I want it that way, because this will be the inside of the envelope and that will be the outside. So I want France on the outside, and I want the stamp side of the envelope to be, how far do I want? I want it there. So at this point I decide how big I want the lid to be. And when I fold this part, I leave a little bit, like millimeter or so, over. Now, if you're gonna pack your envelope a lot, I'm gonna take away the glue booger, because it bothers me. Usually it doesn't, but today it does. If you want the envelope thicker, at this point I do one fold, I move it up slightly, make sure the fold is gonna be straight, and I do second fold nearby, and that way I get this. Come on, focus. You see that? Get the little thickness. And you can do the same for the lid. So I leave a little bit, so about there-ish. Try to make the fold straight by making sure this lines up. Oh, come on. Now nothing lines up. There we go. And if I want the thickness here too, because that's the smart part. If you don't have the thickness there, if you put a lot of stuff in there, the lid wants to stand straight out like that. If you give it a bit of space, it still goes down. So I'm gonna move it slightly above. I'm actually gonna make that fold wider than the one I have on the bottom. There we go. So now I have space. So at this point it can be pretty much done. I can put it in like that. I can decorate the inside or something. And you can also, at this point, you don't have to do the foldy in part. You can just leave it, or maybe glue the edges here. So you leave it like that. You can make the thumb hold. You can make a little fun edge here. You can use the fancy scissor to get a fun edge. You can just glue it down. I mean, you can do all of that. But I want to do the foldy anything. The foldy anything. Again, you can measure these so you get exactly the same size on both sides. Oops. Okay, so when you fold it, make sure that the folds are at the same place. Because I have a double fold here, so if this one is at the top fold and this one is at the bottom fold, you see how wonky it gets. So make sure you have the folds on the same place when you do the side fold. So fold, and I'm gonna leave the lid straight this time. I'm not gonna do the corner thing. So again, I cut off this part. I come down to this crossing and I go out. And I go down to this crossing and I go out. Flip it around, take the lid. I go down. Oops. And come on. And I go out. I come down to that and I go out. There we go. So now we have, oops, there and there. And now I want to do something with the lid. And so this time I'm actually gonna rip it, and I'm gonna freehand rip it because I want a very squiggly, very interesting edge. I want it to be kind of like that-ish, I think. There. And let's see how that, yeah, I like that. Okay. I actually want some ripped stuff on this little thing too. I'm not gonna make it too crazy, just a little thing like that. And I'm gonna do the same on this side. And I'm actually gonna rip the lid a little bit too. There we go. And let me go in and do some serious rippage. Let's do some rippage. Yay! Here we go. Here we go. And it's the grains are not with me today. They keep stopping. But I want it really. I don't want like a straight rip. I want a very wonky rip. Like you see that. I don't want like you can take the ruler and rip. I don't want like a straight rip like that. I want a very squiggly torn. Torn is the word I'm looking for here. Okay, so before I glue it, we're gonna grab a sponge. We're gonna grab some inks, and I think I'm gonna do the honey. Where's the honey? Of course it's at the bottom. Of course it's at the bottom. I'm gonna start with the honey. This is wild honey, and it's quickly becoming a favorite. I haven't really used it much. It came with, I bought a bunch of secondhand craft supply, and this was one that just, didn't quite. I mean, I like yellow and brown and like nature theme stuff. I don't need to put any ink there, but it kind of grows on me, this one. I like it. No, not there. I don't need to put ink there because they're gonna go in like that. But I want ink on this edge. Now, since I want the edge to be darkest, most saturated, that's the word I'm looking for, saturated, I go outside in. That's why I have the plastic underneath, because I know I'm gonna be working on the surface. On the surface. Why do I start to slur? I don't know. I'm a bit stressed today. I have an appointment that I'm really nervous about. So this crafting is kind of taking me down a bit. And I'm gonna fold that in, because there we go. I'm also gonna do these folds, and I'm gonna do both. So first I do one of the folds, because we did a double fold. Oh yeah, that's gonna refill the sponge. It's gonna refill the sponge quite a lot. Yes, no? And we're gonna flop it and do the second one. Oh, we need to do the black too on top of this. Yes, yes. Let me show you what the difference that makes. Oh, I'm drooling now. Oh, I had chocolate earlier. Maybe that's it. I feel like my, yeah. There we go. And I'm going to do the second fold, because again I did two different folds at the bottom, and I want them to really kind of be seen. So what did I forget? This. Yeah, you have to flip it over and do this. I actually want a lot more in the corners, because that's usually where things get grimy. Edges and corners. There we go. Let's see how the front looks. I want some more in this corner and this corner. And I actually think I want some here, because it's gonna be slightly visible. Just slightly visible. Am I happy with it now? I think so. Now we're gonna go in with the black. We're gonna go in with the black, because that's gonna give it some serious pop. Oh, wait. This is gonna be visible. Come on. Come on, Haggy. Think a bit. Think a bit. Use your brain. Use your brain. I don't have one. It's early morning. Yeah, like it's getting better during the day. I don't know. I've been having such a squirrel brain this week. It's been absolutely hopeless. No focus whatsoever. There, I think I'm happy. I'm not going to do that fold, I don't think. No, I'm going to leave that What the heck? Let's do this. Let's do that. Just, I don't want it as dark as the others, so I don't think I'm gonna do black on these two. So they're gonna be in the inside. But here you can see the difference it made when I did the fold. It really plopped. It really became a lot darker. So I press down and I push in. There we go. There we go. Now we're going in with the black. Let me put the wild honey away. Let's do some black. I have another black ink pad. I just don't know where it is. It's not where I have my inks and my stamps for some reason. I must have used it for something. Very dark. I just went over on my ink pad and refilled and watered them and all of that stuff. Yeah, do you see that difference? I mean, look at the difference from that to that. That gives it a whole different oomph. You see that? Compared to that, it gives it a whole different kind of grunge. And you don't need a lot, just a little bit. And I smoosh on a little bit more extra in the corners. So the corners I give a bit extra oomph. Just, it doesn't need a whole lot. It just needs that little touch. And it does so much. And I mean, if you actually look for it, you can't really see it, but it's there. You know it's there. You see the difference. I'm gonna do some more here. I want some more there. There we go. Now it's really grungy and delicious. There we go. So, and that's that side. So here the text is upside down, but this is usually where I either I do a lot of decorations here, like I've done on this one, and then you don't really see the text. This one is not too pretty, but I was just playing around with some new stamps and so on. Or this is the part I glue to the journal, or I put an address label if I'm shipping something. So that's why I prefer to have the text the right way around on this side. But again, up to you. Up to you. I'm gonna glue this together. And I'm watching the time and I have to get going. So I'm gonna do the edge here. And I'm gonna do the edge here. There we go. And then I'm gonna go here on the bottom. And again, I don't go all the way to the edge here so it doesn't smush onto this, because then it will be glued together. Oh, now I went a bit too close to the edge. And you can smear it out with your fingers too if you want to. I'm just not feeling it. Okay, so there we go. And this glue grabs really fast. I'm very happy. It's a bookbinder's glue, and I'm really happy with it. So there we go. And if you have a small one, let me just make a little quick one. So I have this small flimsy little paper. And again, I'm going to do it this way. So I just think about how far do I want the lid to come down. So I'm going to do it this way. And I'm going to do it this way. And another thing you can do, it doesn't want to be straight. Insist on being crooked. Okay, now I have a lot of black and ink stuff on my hands. So at this point, you can just, since this is a lot smaller, either you can make it really small, really cute, and just cut it in the center, and you have two tiny envelopes. That's so cute. Or you can just, come on, be good to me. Oh, it's too flimsy. Okay, when it's too flimsy, just grab something. So I'm grabbing this, because then I'll get it around the corner. Both of them. Make sure you have the flimsy paper on top, like that's plopping out first. And let's do the other corner. You can just grab a scrap piece of paper or just something. There we go. So now you can punch even the flimsy stuff. So on this one, I'm gonna make, let's see if this one can handle it, or if I need to, yeah, this one could. There we go. And for this one, I am not gonna glue it together. I'm just gonna put it like that and have a little closure and put it in journal, and you just flip it out. So that was some envelopes, different shapes, different sizes, different types, and I have to run, actually. Where do I have the envelopes I made? Yeah, here we are, reaching for stuff. So here we have some. This was made from a full sheet of printer paper. This is again made from half a sheet. This is my favorite size. I like these. They fit in pretty much every journal I make. Here's one where I left, you can see this is from a notebook where it's just wee. And this is just a piece of paper, and I strengthened the folds with some washi tape. So there. I have to run now, so I'm in a bit of a hurry. So love you guys. Hope to see you soon. Bye.